Before the presidential elections in November in the United States, millions of voters participated in primaries. On Super Tuesday, March 5th, which is known as Super Tuesday, the Republican Party held primaries in 15 states, while the Democratic Party held primaries in 16 states. After the vote count, President Joe Biden won in all states except American Samoa, while former President Donald Trump, running as the Republican candidate, won victories in a total of 14 states excluding Vermont. Among the states won by Biden are Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia. In American Samoa, businessman Jason Palmer won against Biden. Former President Donald Trump, running for the Republican Party's presidential candidate, won significant victories in Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. In Vermont, Trump's competitor for the candidacy, Nikki Haley, emerged victorious. With this outcome, Trump is very close to becoming the presidential candidate of his party. In the Democratic Party, Biden faces no serious rival. The upcoming election on November 5th is now almost certain to be a rematch of the 2020 race between Biden and Trump. However, experts are examining the Super Tuesday primaries as a test of the support Biden and Trump received among different states and groups. Exit polls also ask voters about their main concerns. While Trump wins victory after victory in different states, exit polls conducted by CBS show that migration and the economy are important issues for voters in two important states, North Carolina and Virginia. According to the polls, most Republicans in these two states believe Trump's unfounded claim that Biden didn't actually win the 2020 election. Today, 874 out of 2,429 delegates who will determine the Republican Party's presidential candidate will be elected. In the Democratic Party, the number is at least 1,420. Therefore, Super Tuesday is important in terms of clarifying the presidential candidates. To become the Republican Party's presidential candidate, the support of 1,215 delegates is required. For the Democratic Party, the number is 1,968. Since there is no provision in the U.S. Constitution regarding how primaries should be conducted, the procedures are determined by state laws. Primaries can be conducted in two different ways. The first is through party caucuses held in a few states. Here, no votes are cast. Participants gather in designated areas supporting their preferred candidate, and the tally determines which candidate received more support. The second, more common method is through primaries conducted with voting, similar to general elections, and usually only party members can vote. Based on the number of votes they receive, each candidate is allocated a certain number of delegates who will represent them at the National Convention in July. The candidate who receives the highest number of delegates becomes the party's presidential candidate, officially announced at the party's national convention.